the midsize crossover market is a real front where new battles break out every year. Just yesterday, it seemed that everything had long been divided: German precision, Japanese reliability, Korean balance of price and quality. But today new fighters are entering the field, ambitious and well-armed. Chinese automakers are no longer imitation. They are style, technology and bold ideas. And here is Aito M8. A joint development of Seres and Huawei, yes, the same Huawei that can do more than just smartphones. And this is no longer just another Chinese crossover, but a serious bid for success. After all, this crossover with a range of more than 500 kilometers received more than 140,000 orders even before the start of sales. And that already says something. This crossover is not just another Chinese newcomer. It is aimed at leading positions and it has plenty of arguments. What's inside? Top electronics from Huawei, premium interior, well-thought-out ergonomics and a powerful hybrid powertrain. And on the outside, there is a modern, confident design that will definitely not get lost in a shopping mall parking lot. And if you are still suspicious of the Chinese auto industry, it's time to reconsider your views. Aito M8 says, "We are here for the long haul." Let's see what the M8 is capable of and how serious it is about playing big. Aito is a joint project between Seres and Huawei, which became a real hit in China last year thanks to the M9 SUV. Sales have increased sharply, but 2025 has not started off so brightly. In the first quarter, the company sold only 362 cars, which is 51% less than last year. It seems that Aito needed a new push to re-enter the market. And now the M8 crossover is already at the start. The first batch of 100 cars has already been shipped, and mass deliveries will begin in the coming days. Test drives are available at more than 800 showrooms across the country. The M8 will be offered in 3 trim levels with 2 seating options. Prices range from $49,300 for the base 5-seater version to $61,600 for the top 6-seater. This move by Aito is clearly aimed at regaining the attention of buyers and increasing sales. Aito M8 is a car that attracts attention at first sight. At first glance, it looks like the flagship model of the 9, but the M8 has several features that make it special. For example, unique head optics and taillights. No hackneyed solutions with double-decker headlights, they do not just shine, but can project an image onto the road or even arrange a light show. The front of the car looks like a single unit, without the usual radiator grille. Instead, there is a smooth panel that smoothly flows into the bumper. This solution gives the car a futuristic look, but at the same time it immediately becomes clear that we have a status and at the same time quite a family crossover. A LiDAR is hidden on the roof, responsible for the work of the driver's assistance and autopilot. Stylish matte door and window frames, classic mirrors and door handles hidden in the body, everything looks elegant and convenient. At the same time, the handles are also illuminated, and the doors can be opened not only with the usual movement, but also with a light touch or gesture. The drag coefficient of 0.259 candelas became possible thanks to 23 aerodynamic improvements, including an active air intake grille. For comparison, the main competitor Li Auto L9 has a drag coefficient of 0.3. The lower this coefficient, the lower the energy consumption and noise in the cabin at high speed. The rear optics of the Aito M8 can also become part of the show, projecting images. And for ease of boarding, electrically retractable footrests are provided, no problems with boarding. And, of course, the wheel rims, you can choose one of 4 designs of 20 or 21 inches, and optional wheels for $1,400 will add even more chic to the car. Aito M8 will be available in 4 standard colors: black, white, blue and green, as well as two exclusive ones, silver and burgundy, optional for $100. For these colors, you can order the Dark Knight package, which includes darkened logos and other body parts. Aito M8 is almost the same as M9, but a little more compact, but all the same advantages and conveniences. Length, 5,190mm, width, 1999mm, height, 1,795mm. Wheelbase 3,105mm. That is, it is 40mm shorter, but not inferior in width, but the height and base are slightly less, only 5mm. Depending on the configuration, the weight varies from 2640 to 2715 kg, and the maximum load is 500 kg. As for the chassis, everything is up to standard, double wishbones in the front, 5 links in the rear, and, of course, air suspension with EDC shock absorbers with continuously variable stiffness adjustment. All this in the basic configuration. But there is something else. The Aito M8 chassis has a dynamic torque adaptation system. Unlike conventional traction control systems, which react only after slippage begins, the M8 uses the eyes of the ADS system radars to scan the road surface in advance. If the system predicts that there is a slippery section on the road, be it ice or a puddle, it immediately adjusts the traction on the wheels, reducing the risk of skidding even before it occurs. It can be noted that this is a truly new level of active safety. The Aito M8 is offered exclusively with hybrid installations and all-wheel drive, but the Aito M9 can also be selected with a fully electric drive. Under the hood of the M8 is a 1.5-liter gasoline turbo engine with 160 horsepower, which works as a generator, recharging the battery, but does not transmit power to the wheels. But the wheels are turned by two electric motors, the front one with 224 horsepower and the rear one with 309 horsepower, for a total of 533 horsepower. The junior version of the M8 is as much as 40 horsepower more powerful than the M9 hybrid. The maximum speed is limited to 200 km per hour. For such a car this is quite enough, but acceleration to 100 km per hour takes 5.2 seconds, a little slower than the M9 with its 4.9 seconds. As for fuel consumption, the minimum is only 0.53 liters per 100 kilometers. The average consumption, according to the manufacturer, is 6.5 liters. Now about the batteries. Depending on the version, the capacity from CATL varies from 37 to 53.4 kWh. You can charge with a power of up to 600 kilowatts, just 15 minutes, and the battery will be charged from 20 to 80%. And the crossover also has an external discharge function of up to 15 kilowatts. You can plug in electrical appliances for a picnic or even use it as a backup power source for your home in case of power outages. The M8 with a smaller battery can travel 160 kilometers on electric power alone, with a larger one, 235 kilometers according to the International WLTP cycle. Energy consumption per 100 kilometers, 22.6 kilowatt-hours for the 5-seater version and 23.7 kilowatt-hours for the 6-seater. And if you charge the batteries and fill the 65-liter tank, the power reserve can be up to 1,405 kilometers or even 1,526 kilometers, depending on the configuration. The interior of this car continues the style of the M9 with its symmetrical and harmonious design. You can choose a 5-seater interior with 2 rows of seats or a 6-seater with 3 rows. The color palette is orange and white, but if you want to add a little luxury, for $100 you will be offered brown or burgundy shades. All of them are perfectly combined with a microfiber roof, Napa leather trim and wood veneer, creating an atmosphere of real class. If we talk about technology, then everything is cool here. A triple screen, 12.3 inches for the dashboard, 16 inches for the front passenger screen and 15.6 inches for the central control. All this runs on Harmony OS 4. And with the Smart Assistant DeepSeek, the system will not only play your favorite tracks or suggest tourist routes, but also answer any questions, like a real encyclopedia. Well, behind the wheel, you will find a 68-inch projection screen, which displays navigation and tips directly on the windshield in augmented reality. The central tunnel in this car is not only stylish, but also functional. There is a large niche hidden here for everything you need, and on top there is a platform for wireless charging, 2 cup holders and a spacious box for things. And if you choose the 6-seater version, you can enjoy the zero-gravity seat. It reclines to an angle of 121 with one push of a button. And for complete relaxation, a front passenger seat that reclines, and a projector with a 32-inch screen that comes out right from the ceiling, turning the trip into a home theater on wheels. The second row of seats is not just a place for passengers, but a real oasis of comfort, heating, ventilation and massage, so that everyone is as comfortable as possible. The third row is also not forgotten. There is electric adjustment, seat heating, cup holders and independent air conditioning deflectors, so that no one feels uncomfortable. For even greater convenience, the car has a 7.3-liter refrigerator that maintains temperatures from 0 to 15 degrees and can heat up to 50. And if sound is important to you, then the powerful Huawei audio system with low frequencies and Schroeder acoustics will turn your car into a real mobile concert hall. When it comes to the trunk, everything is cool. In the 6-seater version, 350 liters. But as soon as the third row is folded, the volume increases to 1280 liters. In the 5-seater version, it is even more impressive, 1090 liters with the seats up and as much as 2348 liters if you fold the rear row. Plus a hidden compartment of 110 liters for all sorts of small things. Such a trunk is ideal for long trips or transporting everything you need without problems.